I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall, my love.
Yo, what up guys, Toxic Walkers here, back with another video. I got some Fortnite gameplay for you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys a story about me getting a moped, met a guy on Craigslist, and let's get into the video and see how it goes. So, okay, there's this guy on Craigslist at a Honda Metropolitan. I say, hey dude, do you want to trade for a TTR 50? He's like, yeah, and then I'm like, okay, and then he didn't respond that whole day. So okay, I wait, and he didn't respond, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna say the go-kart, because I have a kid's go-kart, and he's like, oh, then I send it, and he's like, okay, yeah, I'll trade. And then I wait, and then he's like, oh, yeah, I'll do it when you want to do it, and he's like, and I was like, I don't know, it's up to you, and he's like, okay, I was like, do you have a transportation? He's like, let me see, I'll ask my dad if you can let me use his truck. So I wait, and he says, no, I can't, he won't let me. And so I say, okay, let me see if I can bring it. And he's like, alright. So I ask my brother, my older brother, if he'd take me, and he's like, yeah, I'll take you. So we get the trailer unpacked up and put the go-kart and the dirt bike on it, and we had to find tow straps, so we strapped it down really good. We drove out of there, and then we started driving, got on the highway. I looked back the whole way. I was like watching it the whole way. I didn't take my eyes off of it once. I was just watching it because I didn't want my stuff to fly off. So I watch it, and then we hit a bump, and the go-kart goes up in the air a little, and I'm like, dude, the tow straps aren't tight. And he's like, yeah, they are. And I'm like, no, they're not. Pull over. Let's go to the rest stop and tighten them. And he gets out, tightens them. And then he's like, they're already tight. And I was like, whatever. They weren't. They didn't look like it. So we drive off. We're driving, and he sends us message where he's at, and then we follow it. And then we're heading toward Lansing, and then he's like, did you take I-94? And we're like, no, we took like a different way, I guess. And I told my brother, and he's like, what? We're not going the other right way? And I was like, no, we gotta go back. And he's like, you gotta be kidding me. So we had to drive all the way back. It took forever because he's in Jackson, Michigan. So we start driving there, and then we're at like this place, parking lot, Subway or whatever, with a ton of little stores and a gas station. I'm looking back, got my dirt bike and go-kart, everyone's looking, and I'm like, let's do this. And he's like, I'm not there, I'm at my house. And I'm like, where you live? And he's like, he sends me his address. So we go there, unload the go-kart, or the go-kart we didn't unload, take that back, the dirt bike we did. So I seen our moped, and I was like, could you start it? And he's like, yeah. And then my brother gets on it, my older brother, to test if it ran good, because he knows a lot more about motorcycles than I do. So he rode it down the road and back, and he's like, yeah, it runs good, do it, man. And I was like, will you do it? And he's like, I gotta see if your dirt bike runs. And I was like, there's no gas in it. And I'm like, he's like, I got some in the back. And I was like, okay. And then he put some gas in it. And then, we start it. We had to push start it. And he gets on it. He's like, why ain't it going? And I was like, it don't go 35 yet. And he's like, oh. And then he gets off. And I was like, you gonna do it? And he's like, no, it don't go 35. So I'm not gonna do it. And I was like, why? And he's like, because. And I was like, it's probably something stupid, dude. You could fix it. And then my brother's like, yeah. And he's like, still not gonna do it. So I get on the trailer and start the go-kart. He's like, I'm not doing it still. So I started crying, and then I get in load the dirt bike and go-kart back up. So we started leaving. He gave us gas money, like $50 or 20. We go get gas, drive home. Next day I wake up and I'm like, I'm gonna take my dirt bike outside and tune it. So I go outside and tune it, and I turn the carburetor just a little, and I'm like, I'm gonna get this thing running. So I turn it, and it goes, and I'm riding it around the yard. It goes 35 with a tire that's not even respoked. flat, and I was riding it, and as I'm riding it, I texted him, and I stopped and texted him, and I was like, "You want to trade?" It goes 35 now. He's like, "No, I really need the money, man. I can't do it. I need the money." And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Because." And so I like leave it at that, and then I go in the house the next day. Well, I go in there, and then the next day I look on Craigslist, and it's like $200 or 5 or 4, and I was like, "Wow, dude, you sell a $1,500 moped for $200? What a steal!" So he sold it, and then I just left it at that, waited for the next guy to trade for my dirt bike and go-kart for a moped. And I do have a story about that if you guys want to hear it. It's pretty sick. I'll let you guys decide on that. But yeah, it was crazy. Got a lot of crazy stories. Some. But yeah, if you guys want to watch the rest of this Fortnite gameplay, you guys can. It shows me winning. Crazy gameplay. But yeah, like the video, subscribe, and I'll make more videos. I could probably do videos about me riding the Ruckus or whatever. And yeah, you guys have a great day. Peace.